Hello everyone, welcome to my channel about writing stuff. My name's Camille and today we're getting a little weird. I had an interesting conversation recently that I thought you guys would enjoy, so here we go. So I work for a cell phone company and recently I had a customer come in who's an engineer and we're talking about the up and coming 5G network, what that'll look like. And I said that I personally don't really know what 5G is yet. There's not really a precedent set. So he was kind of explaining to me things about, 5G and smart cities, TSA, body scan, I don't know. Anyways, but that led to a conversation of quantum physics and caveat. I'm not claiming to be an expert on any quantum mechanics or any theory or anything like that, but we're having this conversation about quantum physics, and this guy explained to me how everything in the world is interconnected. And for those of you who don't know, the basic premise of quantum physics is, particles separating. So you have one in one place and one in another place, and you can infer and know things about this particle that's in essentially two places at once by observing the one. You can infer information about the other, etc. But like I said, I'm not an expert. Please don't go in the comments and try to explain quantum physics or quantum theory to me, because I really just don't want to go through it. I've heard it explained multiple different ways for multiple different people who aren't actually in that field. So that's not even the core of the conversation. But anyways, so the quantum physics conversation led to this guy explaining this experiment to me where, he was saying everything's interconnected. So he said there's this experiment where, right when you wake up in the morning, if you take a drop of your blood, place it in a blood vial or blood slide, put it under a microscope, and then drop some sort of corrosive acid on your tongue, the blood in the slide will disperse. And, to me, that sounded a lot like sympathetic magic, but the guy was explaining, no, that's basically quantum physics, everything's interconnected. So I kind of said, well, that sounds like sympathetic magic, and the basic premise of sympathetic magic in our world, because there is sympathy in a lot of fiction, but the sympathy that's practiced by witches and Wiccans in the real world is this idea that, everyone leaves a trace. When you touch something, you leave a piece of your energy or aura or yourself or whatever behind. And taking it a step further, if you have a piece of someone's skin or some of their blood or some of their hair, you could do a spell or an incantation or a ritual and basically affect the host body. So I asked this guy, what would happen if, you took the blood slide and dropped acid on it? Would it reverse and affect the body? And the guy said no. The way that it works is whatever affects the host or the hub affects the other pieces that were once or that are connected to it. Which is interesting because in sympathy, you have the sort of voodoo idea where if you have a bit of someone's blood or hair or skin, you can therefore affect the hub, which is the complete opposite of what this guy was explaining to me in quantum physics. And it led me to this interesting idea of, what if there's a magic system where you have a small piece of someone's whatever, but you can't manipulate it or do anything to it to affect the hub? It has to be reversed. So bear with me. You have a secondary fantasy world where this sort of magic exists, and you drain someone of all of their blood and you scatter it somewhere, like on the floor of a warehouse or whatever. And then you light the body on fire and the blood goes up in flames. So you can essentially enact this terrorist attack, what have you, from a safe distance. It would be, let's say it's a fantasy world where you don't necessarily have explosives or accelerants or what have you, or the world or the city or the setting is just highly policed, so you can't exactly be in the same place where you're enacting your evil deeds. Also, caveat, if any of the FBI is watching, this is purely for fiction writing's sake. But I found that incredibly interesting and so macabre and dark, which that's the kind of fantasy I love. But let's say, for instance, you have this sort of magic in the world. Let's say you take a human, you cut off all their skin, you put it over your skin, and then you hoist the skinless body in the air like it's flying, and then you therefore can fly. Like, that would be so cool and dark and creepy, and I love it. And I found it completely interesting that you have the science aspect of it, the quantum physics, everything's connected, what have you, and the magic there is that whatever you do to the host affects all the pieces, but then the magic people practice is complete opposite, where you do something to the pieces and it supposedly affects the host. But yeah, so hopefully that sends a light bulb off in someone's brain for a great idea. If you create this magic system, please send me your writing. I will beta read for you. But yeah, so done with that. Update, if you couldn't tell, I am filming in a new location. I know, crazy. Basically, the holidays in January have just been ridiculous. Moved out and cleaned my house with my husband in 2 weeks, and it's been on the market for a day, and we're already close to selling it, so just crazy things have happened. And I usually tend to bail during the holiday season anyway on videos just because there's so much going on. But I am back at it. I will be uploading vlogs. I'm going to try to do it weekly. Have no idea what I'm going to be talking about. So if you guys want me to talk about certain things, let me know. Also, I have a lot of new subscribers, and I feel really bad because a lot of them have been coming in over the past 2 months while I've been super MIA. So if you are a new subscriber, welcome. Thank you for watching. And if you have video requests, feel free to comment or tweet me at Camille A. Singer. No resource today because story time with Camille, nothing necessarily craft related. But anyways, I've been super world building and outline my newest work in progress. So I think my next vlog will be relating to how to extrapolate a single idea into a world. So stay tuned for that. Once again, thanks for watching, and for now, you should be writing stuff.